We have breaking news out of Chicago, where the Cubs have sacked manager David Ross, with the team once again disappointing this season. Now, there is a replacement manager about to be unveiled, so let's head to Chicago now. Introducing the Cubs' new manager, Bruce Clarke.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. It is Season 2, Episode 6 today. It is the final day of the regular season. We are going to play the Phillies, but the big news is he is back. Bruce Clarke is once again manager of our baseball team, and it's fantastic news. He is 62 years old, which is an incredible age for a crab. And yeah, I mean, he's been in here for a little while now. I just lost face with Rossi. It wasn't getting any better. If anything, it was getting worse. And well, we brought Crab in, and we've actually been worse if you look at the percentages since he's come in, but we are hitting the ball again. We're scoring runs, which is something. ERA's gone up as well, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose. But yeah, Bruce Clarke, manager. If you're not familiar with Bruce Clarke, he's a bit of a legend around here. Of course, you can buy this shirt in the merchandise store, link down below. But yeah, we love Bruce Clarke here, and hopefully he's on a 5-year deal as well, so he's here for the long term. And yeah, I searched his name, I found him, and he said make him a coach, so I made him a coach, and now we signed him as manager. So there we go. That's how Bruce Clarke has come around. But let's hope he does well anyway. You know, we certainly all want him to do well. And well, that's pretty much it as far as good news goes. We are out of contention. We have done much worse than last season. We are nowhere near 500. And, well, you can see the injuries. Stroman has played his last game as a Cub. He is out. Mancini is still gone. The real disappointing injury here, though, is DJ Hurst. Now, we wouldn't have seen him before. He was someone that I'd put up into AAA to play the end of this season. And he had been caught in with the injury to Stroman, I think it was. I caught him in. And potentially really good. He was a starter. We were using him out of the bullpen, and a partially torn UCL is not good news. So 9 months out means he'll miss majority of next season as well. So yeah, that is just all very, very disappointing on that front. It's someone that really was sort of planning to bring in next year and would hopefully do well for us. But anyway, we'll live and learn on that one. Well, not learn, nothing to learn, but we'll hopefully he'll come back as strong as he is now, and he'll be one for the future. Now let's go and have a look at how we've been doing. And we've got to go all the way back to August and a series against the Braves. We won 1 of 2 against them, which isn't bad, actually, in Atlanta. The third game got washed out, and we'll catch up on that momentarily. Then we had the Battle of Detroit at the White Sox, and we won 1 of 3 there, which an extra innings loss as well, which is always disappointing. Pittsburgh, we won 2 of 3 against them, which is nice, but we paid the price for that because you can see here we lost 3 in a row to Milwaukee. And if we go over to September, it was a 4-game sweep, so that's not what you want to be doing at home. We made the short trip to Detroit, though, and things started to improve. We won 2 of 3 here. Now, in Game 1, you can see here it was a win, but it also featured a first career home run for Triantos, who has come back into the team. So that was good to see for him. And he's actually been brilliant. He will definitely be part of what we do going forward, I think. He's done really, really well, and there's the pitching numbers. Ronnie Enriquez, who has done well, not having a good day out there, but we got the win nonetheless, which is excellent. Now, Game 2 of this series, that was Crab's first game. I sacked, or I had decided we were sacking Ross during that Milwaukee sweep. That was a little bit too much for me. So this is where Crab came in for this one. We lost the makeup game against Atlanta, which is neither here nor there, I suppose, but it was significant for something. And that was a first career home run for Crow Armstrong, who had come in for some reason. I forget why he came in. Was he already in the team, wasn't he? So yeah, that was good news for him. First career home run, hopefully the first of many. 4 RBIs for him in this one as well. 3 of those were from the home run. And look at the pitching stats there. If you are interested as well, San Martin with a start here, but a blown save for Hoyer, who has been sent down to AAA. This was not the first or last time he did that. And yeah, so that was disappointing as well. But back to business then in Pittsburgh. We lost the game, but then we won the next two to win that series. Without a doubt, the star of a performance here is the sweep of St. Louis, including an extra inning and a tight one in Game 3. But Game 2, which was a little bit of a blowout for us, but it featured a fantastic day at the plate for Triatos, who hit 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and just had a lovely day out, really. So yeah, well done to him. And like I say, he has been an absolute revelation. You'll see he's playing first base right now. There was an injury, I think, was it to Rios, which is why in another San Martin game here where he was a little bit better than he had been previously. But yeah, we've got Triantos at first base. And to be honest, I think he might find himself a home there. We went to Washington then. We won 2 of 3 against them. You can see that there is, I feel like we've been playing better under Crab, even if results don't necessarily prove that. We went to the Mets. We only won 1 of 4 against them. And we got swept then at home against Baltimore. So this wasn't a great week. 7 games at home and we only managed to win 1. That's not what we want to be doing, obviously. We went to Milwaukee. We won 1 of 3 against them. We then hosted... we went to Cincinnati. We only won 1 of 3 against them as well. But Game 2 here, this really is a game we should have won. Look at this. We got 4 runs in the 8th to go 6-2 up. And then they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th. And that is just one of those heartbreaking losses that just makes you think, why am I even bothering? So, yeah, that was not ideal. Triantos, again, look at that. 2 for 5 with more RBIs, batting .407 at this point of the season. You'll notice a new pitcher on the mound there too. Knee Dirt, however you want to say that. He came in with the Stroman injury. He's someone that I've been toying with the idea of bringing up. And yeah, well, he came up for this one and did quite well. And of course, Vargas, unfortunately for us, didn't manage to get the save. And in fact, ended up with the loss. So if we flick it over to what is left of the season here in October, we won 2 of 3 against Miami in Miami. And then this series against the Phillies, as you can see, we've split it so far. So it is a very small thing, but a series deciding final day of the regular season. And let's hope we can finish on a high. So we can see the pitching stats here. You can see most people have done a good job starting. San Martin and Clarke have had good seasons. Brown, as a first season up, has been very strong. Let's hope he continues to go strength for strength. Yeah, Henriquez has faded as the season's gone on, but that's okay, I think, first season up. Let's hope he sort of just learns from that. As I said, Nidart has done well since coming in. And, I mean, look at these ERA pluses. And for the most part, we're looking at guys that are over 100. A couple there were below Perkins and Steele, who had just bad starts to the year. But look at Perkins. He was over 15 ERA. He's brought that right down. Mark Leiter Jr. has come in. That was for Hoyer, who's been rubbish. He's only had 1.1 inning. I mean, we're not going to judge him on that. He's 33. He's not really got a future with us anyway. But, you know, we'll sort of ignore that for now. But, yeah, everybody else, I think, has done quite well. The pitching staff has not let us down this season, which is good. Over to the hitters, and, well, we have just had a lot of changes here. To be honest, I can't really keep track of everything that's happened. We've had players in and out with expanded rosters and stuff as well. Triantos, as I said, has come in, and, I mean, just look at those numbers and enjoy for someone who's only had 39 starts for the year. Who else is new here? Crow Armstrong. We brought in Kalinic to see what he can do. Not much is the answer. We also had Matt Mervis up for a while. We're giving up on him, I think. We'll try and trade him at this off-season. And Mears he's not really been great, has he? He's come up from AA to play majors this year. He was a Rule 5 draft pickup. The plan for next season, we'll keep him in for spring training, and then we will, in all likelihood, send him down to AAA and just try and let him build up himself again. He wasn't quite ready for Major League Baseball this year, but I think long term we're going to see a benefit of having him around. So yeah, that is all the batting numbers. It's not great, is it? But it's not terrible, I suppose. But we're all about next season at this point anyway. And so to the standings, 15 games back, and yeah, we're looking for 74 wins rather than 89 losses today. If we go and check the wild card, we weren't ever in contention, to be honest. So yeah, which is obviously disappointing. If we go and look at some of the league leaders, you will notice that there's not many Cubs on this list either. So that's obviously, again, a disappointment, but we'll learn. We'll come back stronger next season, hopefully, and we do have a little bit of extra salary cap, not salary cap, what is it, just budget room in general. we do just quickly look at the front office, you can see 83 million for extensions, which I think that's where arbitration money comes out of, doesn't it? I could be wrong, and we'll find out, I suppose. We on a focus of win now, which isn't great. Money available. I'm hoping that we'll get the extensions money will turn into free agent money. Not that I necessarily want to go hard on free agents, but it would be nice to see if we could get a few extras in, if there's good ones anyway. And if we look at the owner, he is he's tolerant right now. So again, not great. He wanted a winning record. We have definitely not given him that. So yeah, well, we'll just have to hope we're better next season, won't we? So that being said, you can see McQuaid 102 RBIs for the season, 32 home runs. Not a bad rookie season, batting .280 as well. Let's go and check the lineups. Final day of the regular season. We're hosting Phillies. And yeah, let's hope we can end on a high. On your feet, Chicago, as Krabby's Cubs take the field. At first base, it's James Triantos. At second base, it's Nico Horner. At third base, it's Josh Rojas. At shortstop, it's Dansby Swanson. In left field, it's Cody Bellinger. In center field, it's Pete Crow-Armstrong. In right field, it's Seiya Suzuki. Tonight's designated hitter is William McQuaid. Behind the plate tonight, it's Thomas Nido. And tonight's starting pitcher is Chris Clarke. So here we go. We can see the matchups there. They're fairly even, aren't they? So it's Horner leading us off at second base. Crow-Armstrong in center field bats second. It is Triantos at first base batting third. McQuaid cleans up as designated hitter. Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, bats 5. Bellinger in left field for this one, bats 6. Right field is Suzuki batting 7. Rojas at third base bats 8. Nido, the catcher, bats 9. It is Clarke on the mound for us. He is a 10-8 record, so he's going to have a winning record this season no matter what. ERA of 3.60, whip of 1.36. And if we look at Hunter Brown on the mound for them, he has a 12-9 record, an ERA though just under 5, a whip of 1.60. So that would suggest that those numbers with a winning record that the Phillies bats are quite good. So we're going to need Chris Clarke to have a good day on the mound for us. So welcome to Wrigley. It is Crab's first game on YouTube. We're going to be facing Tina Turner, batting .320 this season, which is very, very nice indeed. So let's hope we can take that down a couple of notches for him. And here we go. We start things off. Ground ball to Rojas, over to first, and 1 away. Next up, it is Drew Gilbert, batting .273 this season. It's a 2-2 pitch. And Chris Clarke delivers a first strikeout of the afternoon. Excellent work, bringing up Bryce Harper, who is batting .285 in a hot streak, which is not great. And he delivers a ground ball to Rojas, and that'll do it for the top of the first. A very, very nice start indeed. And we will bring Horner to lead us off, batting .250. He did get his 500th career hit in the gap between the two episodes. And he will add another one to that tally as he starts us off with a leadoff single. Nicely hit there into center field. In will come Crow-Armstrong, batting .278, making a good fist of his start to... Oh, he's going to get double play. No, it's just one. But he has been doing quite well, so that's promising for the future. James Triantos, batting .380 this season. That is just ridiculous. And there goes Crow-Armstrong, and he gets there. Stolen base. Nice little bit of intent there from Mr. Crab. A 1-0. Triantos grounds it to the first baseman. He will be out. Crow-Armstrong will get himself over to third, though, and it'll be come up to McQuaid, who's batting .280, to drive in a go-ahead run. It's a 1-2 pitch. McQuaid strikes out. And that'll do it for the first. And it is still scoreless. Schwarber now coming in. 42 home runs and 103 RBIs for him. We wonder where the Phillies are getting their runs from. Between him and Harper, I think we know. Both over 100 RBIs. But Bellinger's there to make that catch. It'll be Castellanos. Did I get close to that? Castellanos? I think I may have actually nailed that. Anyway, that's excellent. He pops it up to second base. Back goes Horner. That is 2 away. And it'll bring up Austin Wells now, who is batting .245. It's a 2-2 pitch. And that is, again, popped up. It will be a simple catch out there for the Crow. And that will end the top of the second. So we will have Swanson to lead us off, who has got his 1,000th career hit. 1,000th even. Oh, I can't even talk, apparently. He won't be adding to that tally there, but well done, Dansbury. That's quite the milestone. It'll bring Bellinger in now, batting 266. He's got his 900th career hit since we saw him last. And that this season's about his 200th walk, I think. He does draw a lot of walks. In comes Suzuki, who's got his 250th career hit, only batting 207. And he's hit that fairly well. Over centre field's head, is it? Yes, it is. And is that going to score Bellinger from first? He's not stopping. And Seiya Suzuki, of all people, delivers an RBI double, gives us the lead in the second. With one away, it's Rojas, who has got his 500th career hit since we saw him last, batting 245. Been disappointing this year, Rojas. And that doesn't change there as he strikes out. So it's down to Thomas Nido, batting 228, to try and drive in a second run here. And he might just have done it. Suzuki should be turning and going, and he's thrown out at the plate. Always finding a way to disappoint, isn't he? It's his $20 million contract that weighed him down. It's like running with an anchor behind you. All right, Triolo to lead them off, batting 249 to face Chris Clarke. And that is a ground ball. Swanson has it over to first, one away. All right, Bryson Scott now batting 297. Another 0-2 pitch. And a strikeout for Mr. Clarke. That is two away for Rafael Merchant, who is batting 222. It is a 2-2 pitch, two out, no one on, and that is a single into right field. So the inning will go on. A first hit of the game for the Phillies. Turner will come up 0 for 1 today. He watches strike 3, and that'll do it for the top of the third. We will go and bat top of the order. So Horner, who is 1 for 1 today, a full count. Horner into right field, and that is caught. He's actually got on a little bit of a home run spree, has Nico Horner. He's got 9 for the season now. I'm fairly certain he's never got double figures. So he needs one today to obviously reach that milestone, as Crow Armstrong grounds it to the first baseman for 2 away. Triantos, who is 0 for 1. A 1-0 pitch, and Triantos into centre field. It's going to find the grass out there. And Triantos is going to continue this stunning end to the season with a 2-out triple. And it looked for all money like that was going to get caught, didn't it? But it just found the gap, and now McQuaid, for the second inning in a row, has a chance to drive in a run. Instead, he takes the walk. So it'll come down to Swanson. What can he do? It's a full count. Swanson, it's a little grubbing, kicking ball in. It's an infield hit. It's an RBI single. And it's 2-0 to the Cubs. Bellinger now comes up. Can we keep this little 2-out rally going? Bellinger walked last time. This time he strikes out. And that does end the inning, but it is 2-0 to the Cubs. And Drew Gilbert will lead us off 0 for 1 today. It is a 1-2 pitch, and that is smacked back up the middle for a leadoff single. I should mention too, we'll be voting on MVP in the 7th inning stretch today, so make sure that you don't miss that. As runner is at second now for Bryce Harper, and that is popped up. Crow has it and keeps the runner at second, 1 away. In comes Schwarber now, who's 0 for 1. It's an 0-1 pitch, and that is into right field. Suzuki, 2 hands please, mate. Makes the catch, and again keeps the runner at second for Castellanos. I don't sound like I'm saying it right, but I don't know how else you'd say it. He hits it into left field. It drops in front of Bellinger, and with 2 out, there's no chance of stopping the run from scoring. And it is now 2-1. Austin Wells steps in, 0 for 1. And he is now 0 for 2 as he strikes out to end the top of the 4th. 2-1 we lead for Suzuki, who hit the RBI double last time up. It's an 0-1 pitch, and Suzuki grounds it to the shortstop, 1 away. All right, Mr. Rojas, what have you got for us? 0 for 1 today. Yeah, I do wonder. I mean, the thing with Rojas is that he was good last year, wasn't he? He's got a single there into centre field. And, you know, he was our all-star. So I don't want to write him off, but he's only batting 247. He's played most games, 6 home runs, 39 RBIs. It's not really enough, and that is into centre field, where it will be caught. So a little bit unlucky there for Nido. And with 2 away, Nico Horner now. What can he do? He's 1 for 2 today. It's an 0-1 pitch. He lines it straight to the first baseman. And that'll do it for the 4th. So yeah, I do wonder, could we do a little bit better at third base, perhaps? You'll notice Madrigal is not in the lineup. I've kind of just given up on him. Because we do have Kevin Maid, who's done quite well. He's quite good defensively as well, which makes me wonder, could we get a double play there? We get the runner at second, but that will be it. Could we play Kevin Maid, so we got another defensive gem, so we'd have sort of 70 rated defense everywhere but first base. So yeah, I do wonder if maybe that's something that could work for us as Clarke notches up another strikeout. So that is 100 strikeouts for him for the season now. Is that what I just saw there? It is. Given how many strikeouts he's got, because he started the last episode too, didn't he? Good running catch out there from Pro Armstrong. 100 strikeouts doesn't seem like many for him. You'd think he'd be sort of pushing 150. But anyway, the Crow will now lead us off. And he will pop it up into center field, and that will be one away. Yeah, and let me know what you think in the comments too, having Bruce Crabb back in charge of one of our sides. There is a big history, as I said, if you're new to the channel, a massive history with Bruce Crabb, going all the way to my first series with the Mets, as McQuaid pops it up. And that will be 2 away. McQuaid not having a great day at the plate, is he? Although at least he's not striking out like he has a habit of doing on YouTube, and paying attention at first base. I like it, I like it. So a full count now, draws the walk. So that is 2 on, 2 out for Bellinger. What can King Cody do? It is, oh no, it looked like a good swing, didn't it? But didn't quite have the sweet contact required, and that'll do it for the 5th. It is still 2-1. Clarke continues to Gilbert. It is an 0-2 pitch, and that is popped up into center field. The Crow is there, and I have to call him Russell, won't we? Harper now. It's a full count, and that is a walk. So we don't really want base runners. Oh, we've got a change in pitcher now, so Herta will come on. So we've got a runner that is responsible for his Clarke at first, and Herta, he's given up the lead. It's a 2-run. That's a big hit, isn't it? Absolutely crushed. 448 feet. So in the end, Clarke goes 5.1, gives up 2 earned runs. And Herder's going to be on for a loss here. Castanar, that guy. It's raining, it's raining, it's raining. Oh, if they hit a home run, then we get called off. It'll be restarted at a later date. Well, what later date? It's the last day of the season. Alright, we are back 2 days later. So that passed quick, didn't it? And Herta continues. I mean, surely you would be able to change the pitcher. I mean, why would you, I suppose? But anyway, could they not have just called the game? Given that it's the last game of the season and that it means nothing to either side, really. Though I would be annoyed if they hit a 2-run home run, took the lead, and the game got called off. So Nick Nelson for them will face Seiya Suzuki. He is 1 for 2. And it's going to be a first pitch swing. Does Suzuki see something he likes? He apparently does. Grounds out to third base, 1 away. Rojas now, who's 1 for 2. It's a 1-0 pitch. Rojas grounds it to the first baseman, who cannot handle it. And Rojas reaches on what I'm assuming will be an error. How is the field still wet? It's 2 days later. It must have been raining for 2 days straight. Anyway, Nido, who is 1 for 2. Gets away from the catcher. Rojas will get himself over there to second. And can we now drive in a tying run? Nido strikes out, 2 away. So in comes Horner, who is 1 for 3. First pitch, ground ball to the shortstop, and that will do it for that. We will go to the 7th. And it is Triolo to lead them off. Herder will continue. And Herder this time gets the pop-up. That will be 1 away. As Russell out there makes the catch. Bryson even Scott, who is 0 for 2. A 1-0 pitch. The ground ball. It should be an easy play for Horner. And that is 2 away. And it'll be Marchand now, who is 1 for 2. A 3-1 pitch. And that is through. So their number 9 catcher, who looks like a blind man with a bat, judging by his attributes, has got 2 hits today. It's Turner now, who is 0 for 3. And that is, oh, it's well hit. Rojas gets the stop on it. But, yeah, it's just an infield hit. I think Rojas there just saved us extra bases and potentially a run as well. Gilbert now, who is 1 for 3. Herder has not looked good today, has he? And that is even worse now. Well done, Herder. You've ruined the season for everybody. It is 6-2. And he is more or less, he's responsible for 5 of them, really, isn't he? 2 home runs, and that'll do it for him. Jack Perkins will face Harper. Perkins, of course, who didn't cover himself in glory on opening day, starts things off with a strikeout. It is time to stretch, but suddenly we are 4 runs down. Okay, it is time for you to vote on your MVP this season. There were many players nominated, only 2 of which had multiple nominations. So those are the 2 players that I'm putting forward as MVP nominees. So in alphabetical order, the first man is King Cody Bellinger, a batting average this season of .266, 13 home runs, 65 RBIs, a WAR of 2.6, started the season on fire, has faded a little bit towards the end. And the second man is Dansby Swanson, our shortstop, a batting average of .248 for him. He was our all-star this year as well, I believe. 22 home runs, 68 RBIs, and a WAR of 4.4. So as ever, the way this works will be a description, a link in the description down below. Click on that, it'll take you through to a straw poll, at which point you can vote, and we will announce the winner at our end of season awards. Alright, so Russell to lead us off. He is 0 for 3 today. It's a 1-0 pitch, and he has got it into centre field. It drops in, so Crow Armstrong gets himself a first hit of the day. In comes Triantos, who is 2 for 3, an 0-1 pitch. Triantos, could be a double play. No, it is just 1. So runner out at second. Still with the man at first, and McQuaid will face left-hander Matthew Boyd, who has an ERA of 5.15. McQuaid has a terrible record versus lefties. And that doesn't change there as he just watches strike 3. And it'll be Dansby Swanson now, who is 1 for 2. There goes the runner, and we get there. So Triantos with a stolen base. Can Swanson drive in at least 1 run in the 7th? I tell you what, he may have driven in 2. Dansby Swanson is out of here! Swanson brings us 2 closer. 380 feet. It is now 6-4. And game back on. Dansby Swanson, well done, mate. That is huge. And Bellinger, what can King Cody do? He is 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. And he grounds it to the shortstop. That will end at the 7th. But we've pulled back 2 of the 3 we gave up. And Perkins will continue to Schwaber, who is 1 for 2, though that one was a home run. A 2-2 pitch and a strikeout for Perkins. Much more like it, mate. In comes Castellanos, who is 1 for 3. A 1-1 pitch. And that is sliced away into right field. It'll be at least a double as it hits the ivy. And Suzuki, what an arm that is, keeps it to a double. Alright. 1 out, runner at second for Austin Wells, who is 0 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. It is a good pitch for Perkins. That is huge. And 2 away now for Triolo, who is 1 for 3. A full count and a walk. So 2 on, 2 out now for Bryson Scott, who is 0 for 3. Can we end the inning? It's a 2-2 pitch. And Perkins does indeed end the inning. No damage done. So we are 2 runs down going into the bottom of the 8th. Jordan Romano, Blue Jays legend, will face Suzuki, who is 1 for 3. Come on, Seiya. Get yourself on base here, mate. It's an 0-1 pitch. Suzuki pops it up into center field for 1 away. Alright, Rojas, who is 1 for 3. An 0-2 pitch. And Rojas gets a good piece of it into right field for a 1-out single. Not bad for an 0-2 pitch, is it? So Nido now, who's 1 for 3. It's one of these now where surely we pinch hit. But anyway, Nido strikes out. That is 2 away. So it's Edwin Rios. So now we're pinch hitting. Rios batting .226 this season. He's not had the season he did last year. First pitch swing, and he's popped that up to end the 8th. So we will need at least 2 in the 9th if we are to avoid defeat on closing day. Cantorino will come in. ERA of 3.02 for him this season. He's going to face, I missed who it was, but whoever it is 2 for 3 today. Oh, it's Merchant, the catcher, who walks. So leadoff man aboard for Turner now, who is 1 for 4. And we have caught him. Have some of that. And that is 1 away, no one on now for Turner. Full count. And a strikeout. 2 down. In comes Gilbert, who is 2 for 3. Hit the home run in the 7th that essentially made this very difficult for us. He strikes out there. So Cantorino has done well. Can we get runs in the ninth, though? It will be Russell to lead us off up against Alvarado for them. ERA of 2.42 this season. So this will be a tough ask. It's an 0-2 pitch. Come on, Russ. No, he just watches it. 1 away. Alright, Triantos, who is 2 for 4. It's a 2-2 pitch. Triantos strikes out. We are down to our final out. It is McQuaid against the lefty. That doesn't usually end well. It's an 0-2 pitch. And we end the season in a disappointing loss. So a game there that almost perfectly just sums up our season, where I didn't feel like we were necessarily the second best team. It was just, you know, a couple of hits here and there, and we lose the game. And that seems to have been the case a lot of the time through the season. So that's how it ends. It ends 73-89. A 451 win percentage, which is not good enough. We can see the problem is the bats. It's not the pitching. So yeah, well, we have to make a decision over the off season as to exactly what we do. But yeah, well, we'll have to wait and find out, won't we, over the off season. In terms of contracts that are up, there is no one particularly that we want to keep. The one person potentially is Nido. Now 5.5 is a lot of cash for Nido, but he is a very good defensive catcher. If you watch the commentary up here, the amount of times it says, you know, he steals a strike and all that kind of stuff, he does do quite well. And if you look, even though his batting average was 229, his OPS plus was 69, his WAR was 2.4. So he is a very good catcher. So I'm leaning towards re-signing him. But I could be swayed on that either way, I think. But anyway, that is a season. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to go and vote on your MVP. And we'll be back next time. We will have our end of season awards. We will play through the off season, and well, we will see what we can do. We need to be better, don't we? I think. Well, we'll just need to be better. Until then, guys, we've got Crab again. He'll be fine. He'll sort us out. Take care.